Okay.
Hello.
I'm going to do a silly little intro I usually do.
Do it, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Lost Brothers Reunite. Today I am with the very funny Jacky Ng. How are you, Jacky?
Hello. Yay.
Great start.
Good, yeah.
Good. Fuck yeah, sorry, they're going to have some subtitles here for us. How you been, Jacky? You're from Singapore originally?
That's right. I'm from Singapore. I've been here for like 5 days. It's really nice here in Perth. It's really hot.
Yeah, and that's coming from fucking Singapore as well, right?
Yeah. It is, I think, hotter, but not as humid.
Not as humid, so a bit of shade will do you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. And how long have you been doing stand-up, Jacky?
This is my 11th year doing stand-up.
11th year? Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
it's been a long time. But I mean, that's including the 3 years of COVID where I hardly did stand-up.
Pretended to do stuff
Yeah.
on Zoom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, fuck yes. And how many times have you been to Australia?
This is my second time. Last year was my first time visiting Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then that blew my mind. And then this year, and then some of my friends from Melbourne brought me out here to Perth this time around.
Yeah, great. I mean, it's great time to come out with a Singaporean dollar so strong, isn't it?
Yes.
Sorry, Asians just getting into mathematics already. How are you finding Perth audiences?
They seem to be a bit more challenging than Melbourne.
Right.
But I suppose it's good practice just to get ready for Melbourne.
To break it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. We got a stigma that they're quite racist here. You found any of that?
Well, I'm on the show called The Racist Immigrants.
Right. With Aditya.
With Aditya.
Yeah.
Racist Immigrants, dark comedy. And yeah, so a lot of these people that enjoy dark comedy, racist comedy, they were all coming out. And yeah, they really enjoyed that. And that was not something that I was pursuing, racist comedy or dark comedy.
Yeah.
So it's
But
interesting.
you fell right into it. You're like, this feels at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So we've actually never met, Jacky.
That's right.
I can already tell you're a good Asian boy,
That's
just
right.
purely because of the amount of cats on your shirt.
I'm a good boy, that's right. That's right.
What's going on? You like cats, or what's happening here?
I do like cats. Like when I first started doing stand-up, one of my closing bits was me just meowing on stage.
Right, no jokes,
Yeah.
just meowing.
I would tell the crowd that my dream as a kid was to grow up to become a cat, and then I would
Right.
just meow at them. That was the closer.
And how long was this closer?
A good maybe 1 minute,
Oh,
one and a
what?
half minute maybe.
1.5 minute of
Not me
meowing.
meowing, and then
Let's hear your best meow if you don't mind.
meow. It's it's a bit hot and my throat's a bit dry. It's usually better than that. Yeah.
Mum, it's the weather, guys. We need more humidity for the meow to work perfectly.
That's right.
Yeah, fuck it. What are you close with now? What have you graduated from meowing to what?
Now I close because I'm technically on standby for the Singapore Army right now.
Right. Yeah, of course.
They're giving me an excuse.
So what age do you have to enlist?
We
What's the
en-
maximum age? If you don't know, it's about Singapore. They've got 2 years mandatory military service.
That's right.
And then you were saying 2 weeks a year after that.
That's right.
For every year.
Yeah. So we're on standby for like 2 months, and during the standby period, they could call us up to return back to camp at any time,
Right.
just to check your equipment, just so that if there was actually an emergency, you are ready. And then there will also be like 2 weeks of retraining every year.
And so whereabouts in the process are you?
Right now, I'm technically on standby, but they're very kindly given me an excuse to come out to Perth for 2 weeks.
They gave you an arts grant, pretty much, an arts leave.
They did, yeah. I had to apply for it, but yeah, I'm glad they gave it to me.
Yeah, great. Oh, awesome. And so how long have you been in there? How much time have you served so far?
So I served the 2 years, and then they
So
didn't.
your time's done now, essentially.
Yeah, it's so after the 2 years, you have to go back for reservist 10 times.
Right.
At least 10 or at most 10 times, or until you turn 55. After 55, they stop
holy
calling
shit.
you. Yeah. And I've done maybe 3 reservists. So after my 2 years, they didn't call me for a good 3 years.
Right.
And I thought like I fell off the radar. But then one time they just called me and I was like, fuck,
you
I gotta go back.
It's like jury duty, but for 2 weeks.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, great. And what did you do in the army? What branch were you?
I'm a mechanic.
Mechanic?
That's right.
Fuck yeah, so just in the aircon, fixing tanks, you piece of shit.
Well, I fix trucks.
Trucks.
Trucks and vehicles. But the last time I went back, they actually told me that most of the trucks and vehicles that I used to work on while in service, they've been
They're obsolete
decommissioned.
now.
Yeah.
Right, so you're
now,
just useless.
yeah, I just go back and watch the newer mechanics work on the newer equipment.
Right, and you're like, computers, didn't have that in my day. Thank you.
Not at all, yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, that's a pretty cushy job, though.
It is.
Not a job, but as a role in the military goes, that's something
It
you
could-
probably want, you know?
It could definitely be a lot worse, yeah.
Yeah, fucking A. Okay, well, you've been doing stand-up for 11 years, you said?
That's right. This is my 11th year.
11th year. In that time, and mostly in Singapore?
Mostly around the region. I try
Southeast
to
Asia.
Yeah, I try to go to Malaysia as much as I can. Go to Philippines, Vietnam,
So do you perform mainly in English over there?
mainly in English.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would do a Mandarin show. Like
Yeah.
Mandarin stand-up is really popping off in Singapore.
Right. And
Yeah.
and there's I feel like in Singapore there's still some taboo topics.
There are, but I think in the club now it's pretty chill.
It's pretty chill.
Like you could you just don't post things online.
Right.
We
So if you're live, it's kind of unwritten rule that it's fine.
Kind of, yeah. And because in a like a regular club, there is a public entertainment license.
Right.
So we don't have to submit our scripts or whatever.
Sure.
It's only when we start booking like big theaters, then
TV acts and stuff
yeah,
like that.
and then they will
They
start
censor
asking
ya.
us. That's right.
What sort of stuff, what's the most hot topic stuff that you can't talk about over there?
It's probably religion.
Yeah.
Religion. I think people have an idea that it's taboo to talk about the government, and I think maybe older Singaporeans feel that way too. Like it's not good to talk about the government, but I think it's more common now to do that, and it's fine. Yeah.
No, fair enough. It's interesting because we don't have that here. You know what I mean? Like
can
especially
do
in
whatever.
Perth, I
Yeah.
feel like we can kind of get away with saying anything we want.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
it's-
I've told people to go die before. Like just kill yourself when you get home. You know?
Yeah, in Singapore you could do that.
You can do that?
Yeah, but don't talk about religion.
Right. just die in a specific way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, fair enough. So let's. Do you have any conspiracy theories you believe in?
Conspiracy theories. Oh man,
If you don't, that's fine too.
not one off the top of my head.
Yeah, you're just a straight facts guy.
Yeah, I guess.
Not cats are trying to take over the world.
No, I don't. No. No. Or Pokemon cards. Like I've
Fuck,
been.
you really couldn't. You pulled
I
out
couldn't.
the
Yeah, I couldn't
as
control myself.
Asian as you could get with
I had to-
Pokemon cards.
I have to talk about this.
Okay, let's
Like before I came here, I was running around the entire city trying to find Pokemon cards.
right.
I came into the city early to try and get Pokemon cards, and they're all out.
They're sold out.
I visited 4 shops in the city. They're all out.
Right, Pokemania.
So somebody is buying them up, and somebody is controlling the market here. I gotta meet that.
Big Pokemon card.
Yeah, I gotta meet that. Probably Chinese guy too. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And so so how old are you?
I'm 31 this year.
31 and still Pokemon cards.
I actually only started like getting into them late last year because of the app.
Oh, the game app, the
The game
Pokemon
app,
Go
right.
or whatever.
So they came out with the card game app. It's called TCG Pocket. And then I was playing it for free. And then my friends were like, "Hey, you want to spend like $15 to like?" I'm like, "Why would I be spending? If I want to spend money, I'd rather buy real cards." And then I started buying real cards, and now I spend way too much money on real cards.
Right. So you're single.
I have a girlfriend. I actually have a. I haven't proposed to her,
Oh, but you're planning to propose.
but we've bought a house in Singapore.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's as
And in
much as a proposal.
yeah,
as
and
that'll
so
ever
in
be.
Singapore, if you want to buy a house from the government, you have to be married.
What?
That's the law. If you want to buy a house from the government, like if you want to get subsidized housing,
Right.
you have to be married. So the moment we sign the lease, it's a 99-year lease house
Yeah.
flat. The moment you sign it, you are legally recognized as
Married.
engaged.
Wow.
And before we collect the keys, the house will be ready in 3 years.
What does your partner do?
She's a graphic designer.
Fuck yeah, at least one of you guys is making money.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. She makes a bit more money than me.
Yeah.
And she's also like a Muay Thai coach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's also training to maybe compete in fights, but it's tough to get her opponents in Singapore.
Yeah, and how did you two meet? She just
We met at a
met
show.
at a convention for weak men.
No. I guess you could say that it was a stand-up comedy show.
Is that
It was the very first show out of COVID.
right?
And then she came, and then I was like, "Oh, these beautiful girls in the audience." And then it turns out, and then she followed my.
You home just on foot.
Now she followed me on Instagram. We started chatting there, and it turns out we have one mutual friend from
Right.
the army. And then I spoke to him, and then he managed to like
Hook it up.
hooked it up, and then now we're together. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations. How long has that been going on for?
Just over 3 years.
3 years. I feel like relationships as a comedian is quite hard.
It is, yeah.
And any tips for the young comedians out there?
Right, the partner just has to be understanding.
Yeah, they just gotta be chill, right?
They just gotta understand what's happening. Like, my girlfriend and I, we have come up with sort of a good system. Like, I mean, initially when I'm like out touring and stuff, she's like, "Oh man, I wish I was there with you. I wish I was there with you."
It's like, no, you really don't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know the life. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But so now, like this time around, she's not here with me in Perth. But she will come to Melbourne on the last week of the festival.
Right.
And then we will like go on holiday for 2 weeks in Melbourne after that.
Nice.
So in a way, at least she gets to come and see what I do. She gets to experience it so that
Have
she
a
understands.
taste, but not for the whole time. Because
Yeah.
it's really like you're living like carny folk. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Out of a fucking, all we're missing is a sack and a stick for a hobo bag. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? And,
yeah. I'm just sleeping on couches when I'm in Melbourne.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
the
I mean?
worst.
Yeah. And then after that, we get to go on a nice holiday, and so we get to spend quality time together, and then so it's like we have sort of that system going
Seems
on.
like you got to sort it out, mate.
I'm very lucky to have her, to be honest. Yeah.
So and kids on the agenda.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I feel like I'm your mum.
Well, I mean, we do talk about it, but I think if anything, it would have to be after we get the house, and that's only ready in 3 years.
3 years. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I feel like we would still want to enjoy the house to ourselves for maybe at least a year before we even want to put another life.
I feel like
into
every guy that I know who doesn't have kids says the same thing. They're like, I'm about 5 years away from having a kid, and that number never changes.
It's
No matter
always
how,
5
it's
years,
always
yeah.
5 years. You know what I mean? I'll be ready in 5 years.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Last question.
Okay.
Have you ever been on stage and told a joke that you instantly regretted?
all the time.
Yeah. Give us one of your biggest regrets.
Oh man, let's see. Yesterday, I told a joke about a guy in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
Because the joke is that I saw him in a wheelchair, in his electric wheelchair, but his legs were crossed. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? If you can cross your legs, you don't need to be in a
What if
wheelchair.
somebody crossed his legs for him? And also, I'm sure you could cross your legs this way.
But
Maybe he just wanted to look like he was a deep thinker.
maybe, but like just seeing that visual, like kind of upset me. Like,
What were the condition of the legs? Let's go through this.
did
Did they look frail?
No, they look fine. They look fine. But
Looked good enough to be a mechanic in the Singaporean army?
for sure.
Yeah.
His calves were definitely bigger than mine. Yeah. So the punchline I went with yesterday was that this guy, like, I dragged, like, this didn't happen, I made it up. But I dragged him out of his wheelchair, his legs were flapping, so his legs work fine, but it's just his ass that is broken. And that was the response we got from the crowd. So that's why I regret it, but I'm working on it. So
It's the one you're going to punch up.
so hopefully...
It's got potential.
I think so. So hopefully it'll be good by the time I bring it back to Singapore.
Maybe give some stem cells to the joke and hopefully it'll grow some legs by itself. Okay, that is the end of the interview. I'd like to thank Jacky Ng
you.
one more time. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming,
Thank
brother.
you so much. Thank you for
you.
having me. Yeah.